शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोऽस्तुते। दिव्यादिव्यारे दीपत्कार कानी कुण्डलमोतिहार दिव्याला पाहून नमस्कार तिळाचे तेल कापसाची वात दिवा तेवे देवा पाशी उजेड पडे विष्णू पाशी माझा नमस्कार सर्व देव देवतांपाशी ये ग लक्ष्मी बैस ग बाजे माझं घर तुला साजे घरातली इडापिडा बाहेर जाऊ दे बाहेरची लक्ष्मी घरात येऊ दे घरच्या सर्वांना उदंड आयुष्य सुख समाधान शांती लाभू दे।
नमस्कार, शुभ संध्या दर्शक बंधु। मैं ड्यू apology. The show got delayed due to the link failure. I apologize to you all who had been waiting with patience to listen to today's topic on the Doctor's Day. I'll start with Ganesh Bandhana. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprava Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakari Susarvada. All of us know today is National Doctor's Day and another auspicious day, the car festival, Rath Yatra of Lord Jagannath. Coincidentally, it's celebrated today with the Doctor's Day, and we are lucky in the beginning to have a spiritual topic, that spiritual aspect of health, which is also important for us. Arogyam Dhanasampada ba Arogyam Sukha Sampada. Arogya is a Sanskrit word, means it is derived from the Upanishad, like a disease-free body. उपनिषद में बताया ये शरीरं आद्यम खलु धर्म साधनम, means the health is wealth. A sound body is the veritable instrument of the pursuit of the ideal law of life. अर्थ ये शरीर हमारा सर्व धर्म व सर्व कर्तव्य को करने का साधन है व सार्थक है। तो इसको फिट रखना और सेहतमंद रखना ये हमारा प्रधान कर्तव्य है। तो आरोग्य लाइफ एक्चुअली this is the season 2 and which started last year on the same Doctor's Day. Dear friends, because of my pressure from my friends or colleagues and even seniors, those who are liking this show, because I was covering one important topics on the health by inviting the super specialties which were concerned to our ex-servicemen and also our own people to know, but to develop the awareness. In between, I became sick, though it is very odd to speak that a doctor, how can he speak? I mean, become sick. But anyway, it was a very good health challenge for me, and even also learning for me that I also should maintain. It is easy to say, but too difficult to practice in life. So that's why I always emphasize now to maintain a disease-free life. So arogya can be used to refer the wide range of health in many problems but topics including yoga, asanas, ayurveda, meditations, pranayam, jap, mantra, jo bhi ho, and with all the systems of the body which can be covered. Though this is a our web-based talk show, conceptualized in response to bridge the gap on demand with a proper medical informations which is lacking, and to develop the doctor patient relationships. The well, this show is intended to plug the various informations and the gap related to healthcare information, especially the ex-serviceman contributor health scheme, ECHS, and also various government schemes. Why we choose this Doctors' Day? Because the importance of doctors are to know everybody, and specifically it is celebrated to commemorate the birth anniversary and the dedications given to medical professions by Dr. B.C. Roy and his contribution to the medical field as a physician and as a politician were all commendable, and he emphasized even in the defense forces in 1948 by the recommendation of the B.C. Roy committee. He recommended amalgamations of three services: Army, Navy, and Air Force medical services, to have one post of DGFMS, and a college was built as the Armed Forces Medical College Pune, constructed in the his recommendations. So his contribution to the army as well as civil is par excellence. To commemorate his all givings to the society, we have been celebrating his remembrance as a Doctor's Day. First, of course, it is in different nations, they are celebrating different dates, but as he was born on 1st July 82, and July 1st is celebrated, the day is fixed for the Doctor's Day. And he is also, his duties, contributions, he had to be given, achieved the highest award, Bharat Ratna, was given to him in 1962, 61 rather. And he was the second chief minister of West Bengal, and in long term of 14 years up to 62, he has worked as a chief minister. So today's topic, every year the Indian Medical Associations gives a topic on the Doctor's Day. The theme is the family doctors on the front line. And this is a very peculiar theme they have given, but chosen this time, actually correctly chosen, because in the even army warfield, when the doctor is there, the regiment is posted in the line of control, the RM is there with them. So front line doctors, matlab, not that the RMO duties only, though when the crisis came like COVID and any health hazards, medical and all paramedical people combinedly, they work as a frontline warriors, health warriors. The theme of this time, doctors, as I told, it is the family doctors on the front line. When we think the frontline healthcare workers, we may think of doctors and nurses at hospitals, but independent family doctors are that category too on the Doctor's Day. I would want to extend my deepest gratitude to every doctor, nurse, support staff member who works tirelessly to keep the country safe and disease free. Every doctor, whether an independent family doctor or a hospital doctor, is a society's greatest gift, and it is our responsibility as a responsible citizen to encourage and appreciate and support every healthcare professionals for their tireless effort around the clock to save lives. Nobody on the front lines should be forgotten. This is now I will there will be a video clip on this Doctor's Day by Prime Minister and the Health Minister of the country. That will be now shown to you. But one thing, once I told, the upkeep of the health is our responsibility. It's a fact. After birth till end, the comprehensive healthcare conception till end, and it is the responsibility at different stages of different people. Childhood health service, mothers takes care. After certain days, doctors and self have to take care. So self part is covering. When you keep yourself fit, in army there is a physical training, continuous physical training. Once there is a continuous physical training, PT is there, the people remain by force active, and the physiological process also remain active. That's why I say, even you are in service or in retired or in any field, one should keep on doing the exercises. क्योंकि व्यायामत् लभते स्वास्थ्यम दीर्घायुषम बलं सुखम आरोग्यं परम भाग्यम स्वास्थ्यं सर्वार्थ साधनम. The exercise results in good health, long life, strength and happiness. Good health is the greatest blessing. Health is the meaning of everything. कारण व्यायाम से स्वास्थ्य, लंबी आयु, बल और सुख की प्राप्ति होती है. निरोग रहना परम भाग्य है. और स्वास्थ्य से अन्य सब किस कार्य सिद्धि लाभ होता है. तो स्वास्थ्य को when it is that is as I told it the treasure for us, and once your health is okay, the whole world is okay for you. Please take care of this treasure for us. Now I will tell this you will see this video of this healthcare.
डॉक्टर्स को ईश्वर का दूसरा रूप कहा जाता है. मां हमें जन्म देती है तो कई बार डॉक्टर हमें पुनर्जन्म देता है. डॉक्टर की भूमिका केवल बीमारियों का इलाज करने तक सीमित नहीं है. अक्सर डॉक्टर परिवार के मित्र की तरफ
सभी को, मेरे डॉक्टर्स, मेरे हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स, मेरे एनजीओज, सभी को हमें हमारा दायित्व अदा करना है. देश के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा के लिए, हेल्थ के साथ सुरक्षा के लिए हमारे कई डॉक्टर्स और कई नर्सेज अपने स्वयं को खतरा है. वो स्वयं दुनिया में नहीं रहे, देश के नागरिकों की सेवा करते हुए. लेकिन देश के कोई नागरिक को ऐसा नहीं हुआ जिसको डॉक्टर ने कहा हो कि मैं आपकी ट्रीटमेंट नहीं करूं. कोई नर्सेज ने ऐसा नहीं कहा कि मैं आपकी ट्रीटमेंट नहीं करूं.
I've got few comments from the people who are watching this show and liking it. Comment from Rupayani. Good evening and wishing a very happy Doctor's Day. Thank you very much. And also my heartiest thanks to Annapurna Mahapatra. All wishes on Doctor's Day. Good. And one comment has come from Mr. R.C. Hota and his family, that thanking the doctors and On this auspicious occasion, he is wishing all the best for the doctors who are actually sacrificing their life for the sake of the all humanity in this country. And my regard thanks to Mr. Colonel Mahesh. Specifically, he has got more praise for the army doctors, and we have been together in Operation Parakram and when as a CO field ambulance, and really I'm thankful to him. And not only that, he always a moral boosting for us. Even if being a full colonel, he used to be run for daily 5 kilometers and join all marathons in the division. Rajesh Chandra, I'm very happy. Thank you very much for your wishes on Doctor's Day. I think, hope you are doing fine, well in the polyclinics, in Air Force. Sanjay, also thankful to you, and having respect for all doctors. And my sincere thanks to General Masaldan, who is actually more respectful to the doctors, and specifically not doctors, the work of the doctors. He cares, and also whenever he comes to the polyclinic, he will donate some instrument equipment for benefit of other patients. Even if we have got existing one, he will give another one or two to smoothly look after the patients. Thank you very much, sir. Very thankful, sir, actually, General Namba, sir. And really, you have been recognizing our service and doctor service. And even if you also claim today also, the Colonel Mahapatra is my family doctor, I feel proud, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, Mr. Madam, all for your wishes in the Doctor's Day. And again, Colonel Sanjay Mahapatra, thanks for the wishes on Doctor's Day. Today, we have got an eminent, rather more practical doctor speaker. I will introduce to Dr. Renu, Colonel Renu Sharma. She is working presently with the polyclinics. She has graduated from Pataliputra Medical College, Dhanbad, and done its postgraduate diploma in the Center for Healthcare in Symbiosis in Pune. Worked in the Indian Army as a medical officer for 14 years and above, and presently working, as I told, in the Base Hospital Polyclinic. But prior to that, she has been working in Timarpur Polyclinic and the Lodi Road Polyclinic, and now she is in the Base Hospital Polyclinic. Almost all of the Fauji beneficiaries, our beneficiaries from the defense, might have seen her. And in my service, I have very rarely found such a dedicated doctor. And even if I have an opportunity to work with her in Timarpur, she comes after finishing 100%, but sir, aur kuch hai to de do mere ko. So, and also I have seen patients coming and challenging, we want to show to Dr. Renu only. And I feel proud, at least she has gained the confidence of the people. That is real, the requirement, but that is real criteria of a family doctor who can win the confidence of the patients. And now I will invite Colonel Dr. Renu Sharma to take on the show. and give her whatever guidance and give her deliberations on the issues. Welcome,
Good
Dr. Renu.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir, and thank you for appreciating me. And good evening to all the audiences participating. India celebrates the day on July 1st as the National Doctors' Day, and it is organized by the Indian Medical Association annually. This year is once again dedicated to all those doctors and healthcare professionals. The theme of the National Doctors' Day on 2022 is Family Doctors on the Front Line. We launched the episode 1 of season 2 of Arogya Life on National Doctors' Day. The family doctor is in the front line of fighting for health of the family. Humanly speaking, with him are a sense of life and death, since upon him falls the grievous responsibility in these terrible emergencies, which bring darkness and despair to many households. The event aims to transmit the message about the importance of general and family medicine at the forefront from the beginning to end. As a team, they maintain care for patients who need chronic medication and have a word of comfort for the family doctors. They are deployed in emergencies and telephone support for the patients. In a responsible attitude and a Herculean mission, complex agenda are managed with telephonic consultation, video consultation, emergency shifts, and face to face consultation. Primary care physicians specifically are trained for and skilled in comprehensive first contact and continuing care for persons with any undiagnosed signs, symptoms, or health concern. The primary healthcare concerns of the family physician include health promotion, disease prevention, health maintenance, counseling, patient education, diagnosis and treatment of acute and chronic illnesses in a variety of healthcare settings, for example, at the office, inpatient, critical care, school health, and telehealth. Significant diseases covered on the primary care and preventive health care include hypertension, upper respiratory tract infection, arthritis, diabetes, depression, anxiety, pneumonia, back pain, dermatitis, otitis media, which are essential for the family physician to be treated. I, Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Renu Sharma, was born and educated till high school at the steel city of Jamshedpur, now in Jharkhand. Being the third of five sisters and one brother at childhood, there was nothing to bother about except how well I fared in school. Diligent teachers of my school, Sacred Heart Convent Jamshedpur, taught me sincerely, and as we reached the 8th standard, a few of us were selected for the senior Cambridge board exam, and I selected biology as my subject. I had more interest in physics that time and maths, but my mother and father convinced me to join the biology stream and be an MBBS doctor. My father said that doctors are most respected in society and also caring for the ill will bring satisfaction to you. Till date, I have never regretted the decision to join the biology stream, though it was tough in the beginning, requiring a lot of study and almost no calculations. But I got used to it and dissecting earthworms, cockroach, frogs without any apprehension. As I passed out of school, I joined the Banaras Hindu University as a biology student, which was equivalent to the pre medical at that time. The dissections continued, and more tough botanical names with the family and sub family names had to be learnt by heart. Having completed my BSc Part 1 with flying colors, I was not yet clear of which medical entrance to sit for. My father was insisting that I join the coaching institute and apply for the medical college at Banaras Hindu University. But I was not able to join the coaching institute as I would have to miss my regular classes and I was now in BSc Part 2 with chemistry honors. As my subjects, studying benzene, rings with 6 carbon atoms, inorganic chemistry, and physical chemistry, which involved calculations. At the end of May 77, I appeared in the medical entrance test of the Bihar test with very little preparations. But my school physics helped me to get through the exam and qualify in the medical test. After a series of counseling sessions, I was allotted a seat at the Patliputra Medical College, Dhanbad. We were a batch of 50 students, 29 of which were girls and 31 gentlemen. The admirable ladies of our class were sincere and hardworking, and we all had to go through 3 months of rigorous ragging. And the seniors made us wear white dresses and go for classes, stopping us on the way so that we wish them whenever they came in front of us. And in the ladies' hostel, the ragging was tougher, having to face the senior ladies. But it all passed through, and the senior became good friends, helping us on our daily routine and studies. The first prof was tough, and we were divided in batches, had to dissect cadavers, and fortnightly give viva voce covering the areas dissected. A single muscle, artery, nerve could not be left out, and Cunningham was with us throughout the day. As the physiological classes, we had to make graphs of the frog muscle, and biochemistry was more theory. After a tough first prof, we passed into the second prof, wherein besides non-clinical subject, we had to attend the clinics and learn on patients. The most tough for me was the forensic jurist, as we had the best department of the state, and several cadavers were sent for postmortem, mostly murders or injuries or accidents in the Dhanbad coal belt area. This also passed through, and remaining was the tough part of the second prof with clinics. We traveled by bus to the hospital attached with our medical college, at least 3 to 4 of them, one of which was the Central Hospital Dhanbad, dealing with a lot of lung cases of pneumoconiosis. Having completed the final year, we were now temporarily registered and started on internship training. I joined the St. Dhanbad Hospital as internee and completed my medicine, surgery, and obs-gynae clinics of 2 months each. By the end of 6 months training, I had applied for transfer to the hometown of Jamshedpur. At Jamshedpur Tata Main Hospital, I completed my internship and I did a 1 year junior house job and senior house job in the obs gynae. Dr. S. Dasgupta, a world famous gynecologist who has now passed away, was my guide and teacher. He is also well known to be the doctor for Sonia Gandhi. In completing my house job, I was earnest to work and joined the Tata Steel Rural Development Society, which went to the interiors of rural villages within 20 kilometers of Jamshedpur. The evening saw us fatigued after travel by road. Some of these roads were very kacha roads, and went into the interiors of the village. About 300 patients per day were seen by each doctor, and we were only 2 of us, with a supporting paramedical staff who dispersed medicine, and one A&M who went walking inside the villages with a cool thermos and vaccinated the children in the villages. Eye camps and tube ligation camp were also done by this society. After a stint of private practice, I joined a private nursing home at Jamshedpur, working for 6 precise years, which gave me enough experience to deal with patients. Early in the 1998, around the month of May, my father suggested I join the Indian Army, as they would treat me more like a family, since I was a single lady. I appeared at the interview and got through and was invited to join the Army Medical Corps as medical officer post Kargil, which I did most willingly. I was first posted at the Pathankot Mamund camp, and I remember that while we were posted there, the Op Parakram also took place. We went to the forefront near the Pakistan border. We, having been deployed in the strike corps, which went into the interiors of Pakistan, we had to stay 7 kilometers from the border. And at the night, we used to continue doing the night duties as well as morning. We used to see the patient. For 1 year, we were employed over here. Back in the Mamund camp was the section hospital, at which time all the other doctors had left, but there were only two of us, the adjutant of our field hospital and I, and we had to see about 300 patients per day. And one day, a lady, she collapsed with an anaphylactic shock. We couldn't recover her, but after pushing many fluids, she was still not getting her BP back. But suddenly it occurred to me that I should start the hydrocortisone drip. And it worked a miracle. She was back, breathing, and alive. We were very happy, and the adjutant with me was very impressed. But this was simple work of the hydrocortisone and not me. And we had many other experiences in the army. As a RMO, I was posted at Gandhidham, which we had to make many movements, as well as at Mamund camp. I had to move many times with the armored corps, doing the night firing. And on the first day which I joined army, I went for the casualty medical duty, and that same day, two patients were brought in dead. They had their whole tank had lopsided and fallen into the river, and they had drowned inside the tank. And the doctor who was with me, the senior doctor, he said, "You have a very heavy foot." But I think this was a not a bad omen, or I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it. There were a lot of papers to be filled, and army has a lot of paperwork which has to be done. And slowly, after Gandhidham, I went to Itarsi, which was a proof establishment where we went to the field area about thrice a week, and there were two MOs. One MO would stay back and see the families. The other MO would travel by bus and go to the field area, which was on top of a hillock. And there, the firing and proof of all the armored and rockets and other grenadiers were done. Many foreigners used to come. They were then satisfied and then taken by the government and procured. And this was also very tough because sometimes you had to sit at that same place till 9 o'clock in the evening. But luckily, they had a mess which used to feed us with tea, food, everything, and then go back by bus in the evening. It was so dark on the way, with full of teak trees at Itarsi, and we reached home. After this, I was again posted to a field hospital at Jodhpur. The Jodhpur camp was very good, and I was adjutant over there. I enjoyed my posting. I learned a lot. Even here, I was deployed at exercises to go to the fields. I didn't regret, and looking up the families. Besides this, I had to teach the personnel, the Jawans who were going to become Havaldar to JCO or the Nayak to Havaldar. So it was basically a course conducting field hospital for the promotion of Jawans. At Jodhpur, I completed my tenure. I came of age and I retired from there in September. But I felt I was too young to sit at home and immediately went to the base hospital and gave an interview for the ECHS. After 1 month, when my leave had expired, they called me and I joined. And they gave me two options to either join the Gurgaon or Lodhi Road, which I preferred to join. At Lodhi Road, I had a wonderful experience where I served for 4.5 years. And there were so many patients, and I still remember them, cancer patients, and we really worked hard on them. From there, I went to Timarpur, worked 4 years there, and then I came back to Lodhi Road again for 1 year, and now I'm posted at Base Hospital. I'm very satisfied with my work at ECHS. Now, some more on the work of the doctors in the front line. As we recover from the recent public health crisis and take stock of events of the last several weeks and months, we begin to think about the future and how the practice of medicine may be transformed. Patients have been at the forefront of patient care, making challenging decisions under enormous stress and personal risk. There is an optimistic outlook on technology and scientific advances in medicine. To prepare for this future, medical leaders should shift the focus of both training and the definition of physicians' work from autonomous decision making to being team players and team leaders, from sick care to well-being and prevention, from periodic continuing medical education seminars to lifelong learning enabled and supported by their organizations. To set priorities for physician workforce development, we suggest that organizations zoom out to envision themselves 10 years from now, considering where they want to be and what kind of work outcomes, workforce, and workplace will be required to achieve that. Then leaders can zoom in to identify 2 or 3 key initiatives and should aim to solve short term problems in a way that can accelerate progress towards long term vision. Clinical practice in primary care focuses on the unique needs of geriatric population, which is different from other patients' population. The aged body is different physiologically from the younger adult body. Older patients tend to develop a more severe disease state and have comorbidities, leading to longer lengths of stay in hospital. The chronic non-communicable disease and risk for failing increases in older population, resulting in increase in the serious outcomes. Primary healthcare physicians and community health workers usually initiate an assessment of potential problem in geriatric patients. Like any effective medical evaluation, geriatric assessment needs to be sufficiently flexible and adaptable. Using simple and easily administered assessment tools, physicians can improve the identification of specific problems that are common in elderly and also shift their focus from disease specific intervention to preventive care and proactive medical management. Disease management in elderly not only uses professional skills but also requires family support as well as social rehabilitation for them to make them effective members of community. In our wildest nightmares, we would not have dreamt up of the coronavirus disease 2019, COVID 19. It disrupted the world beyond recognition. And let us first remember and honor our colleagues who have lost the battle against COVID 19 and those who have lost family, friends, and colleagues. My due respects to them. In an article about successful responses to COVID 19, a complexity theory by Begun and Jin wrote that the best responses that are from collaboration and innovation done with speed. This requires strong leadership from clinicians and administrators, and this is exactly what family physicians are doing, and more will be needed in the future. Coronavirus 2019 is far from over. The situation is complexifying and uncertainties are growing, and we can expect more epidemics and pandemics. Family physician will always be at the forefront, and we will have to work out ways to address these. Developing an integrated community based healthcare system and prepare to manage epidemics. I would like to finish now. If any questions are there, I would like to answer them.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Madam, and for a wonderful coverage of your topic. And what the people wanted to know from you that you have already covered. They wanted to know the journey of your life, a medical profession, and by the joining a medical profession till date, and joining in the defense forces, and the milestones and the moments of the as a practicing doctor. You have already directed it, and that you have shown such a challenging and inspirational experiences during your tenure as a M medical officer. Actually, we are not specialists. So, as a medical officer, you have got a vast experience starting from the day one in the army till death, and you have been covering the patients from pediatric to geriatric and screening the patients for referring them to higher specialties if required. The most challenging that we have given sometimes in the army as a RMO tenure finishing, then we go to some staff or other things and then we go for specializations. But as a medical officer, you have worked as 14 years long term, very rare this happens. And you have shown your all stages, the challenge that you have faced in treating patients. As you told, mild intravenous hydrocortisone cured. No, that time your courage is important. You see, some doctors also seeing the patient, they collapse. You have very faced very challenging situations and which you narrated it. Many of this in the civil, they might not be knowing the real challenges of the army doctors, non-specials like normal doctors like us, what we are facing in the as a RMO in the front line. And the same thing also here in the private, in the ECHS also, as a frontline doctor worker. But madam, one question you see, it has come from audience, is how much the effectiveness in the consultation on telemedicines, and that is on the video conferences. Can you please
I
elaborate?
joined that teleconferencing at Lodi Road, but for a very short time. I think they are still developing, and for packaging of medicine and sending them to home, it will surely develop, especially for the older people. They just have to give their prescription and they'll get their medicine delivered home. That is good. Otherwise, for the consultation also, we have done few consultations on telephone while on 2020 we were posted, and 2021 when the epidemic came, we were on the phone all the time. For 1 week we had to be on duty, and we were giving them directions where to go, how to go, and even contacting hospitals, ambulances, and medicine prescription we were sending on WhatsApp to each patient. Even the to the panel hospitals, we used to give them forms so that they could do the investigations. But 2 or 3 of them passed away, which was very sad. They went to base,
Think
and
you
few
are
of
very
them,
rightly.
they could not get a place in the hospital,
That
so
is
they
true.
passed away. There were few, but at home nearly
That
100% were
challenge
cured. With the medicines we gave them, they were cured 100%.
that challenge have also we have seen during Corona times. Many hospitals they were not accepting it. Even as it was brought out by even Dr. Colonel Gellot, even he is now working in the Park Hospital, where the patient failed to go, to, the others deny, they accept it. So it has become, you see, in the Corona times, it developed better when patient front to that consultations, and when people are patients were not allowed to come to face contact because of fear of corona infection. Not only with the doctors, even the doctors also fear. We know how we have taken coverage of even that screen behind the screen. We have to still we are also following the same thing. So as you brought out, this telemedicine is definitely better, is in a developing process. When there is we are facing the health challenges of from the to save from, saved from the infectious diseases, high infectious diseases. But as far the satisfaction is concerned, face-to-face consultation in normally gives more satisfaction, and what I feel satisfaction is the patient also creates the faith. As you told, we have patient come in the during Corona. We told, "Bhai, go to that hospital." They must their attendants must feel they, I think, वो भगा दिया हमको ना, we went and there is no place and the patient could not be saved. But you see, it is a combination of RMO, medical officer, specialist, and all hospitals' responsibilities. But as far as the science developed science in many states, they have taken this telemedicine as a tool. Even Apollo group of hospitals, they have tried to completely execute it in full faith. They started it from Chennai. Dr. Reddy started from the Apollo Chennai and Apollo Hyderabad, and they are trying to introduce in the far-flung areas where patients spend more money to come to the hospitals for normal consultations. They are going to keep cameras inside the grassroots level areas of the underdeveloped areas in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Hyderabad, Andhra. So they are developing, they are giving encouragement to ensure these telemedicines. So I think this will satisfy to our viewer. Colonel, it was asked by Colonel Mahesh, and of course he is very computer trained, very much well advanced, and knows better than us. So I thank him, Colonel Mahesh. But I think definitely it will be prove effective once this today happened. Even we took 2 minutes to about 15 minutes to stop so because of the link failure. So that becomes one challenge when there is a telemedicine consultations. Otherwise, face to face is always best. If then it can be promoted for a better thing if when there digital things improves. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, sir, for the blessings, Colonel Surender. He was my CEO in BRO. And thank you very much for blessing us on the Doctor's Day. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Suryakant Pannaji, and for your wish on Doctor's Day. Also, Rupayani, I am proud daughter to be the daughter of a doctor. Thank you very much. And salute to the army, very good. Aparna, also my heartiest wishes also from our side as you have encouraged the COVID warriors, doctors. Suryakant Pandya, again the role during the COVID of the doctors are very much commendable. I really thank you very much for this comment. So now I will say, give my heartiest thanks to Colonel Vaidya for his comment. And he was the OIC Polyclinic, my OIC Polyclinic in Timarpur. And though he stayed very short time with us, but what I feel in a certain small proportions we just beauty see in short measures life may perfect me. We have a small interaction time. Then he was transferred to other polyclinic Navy. I found his concern for the patient was superb, and he deserves to be commended as a best OIC polyclinic in the country. So thank you, Colonel Vaidya sir. We think we may utilize sometimes your skill, your professional excellence in our talk show also. Thank you very much, sir. And I thank Colonel Rekha Mahanti. She is, as usual, like our Colonel Renu Madam, and she is also best doctor in the polyclinic. She has worked a long time in the army and also in the polyclinics throughout in rendering care to the patients.
Thank you, Pandya.
Rekha Mahanti. Colonel Rekha Mahanti, she has given her comments, happy Doctor's Day, and best wishes for us.
Thank you, Pandya.
Rupayani Mahapatra has given wish you very happy Doctor Renu auntie, and is
Thank you,
wishing you and giving you that's a very good topic you have covered. They're all happy. Thanks, madam. And Rekha Mahanti covered then Thank you, Suresh ji, and on your wishes on the Happy Doctors Day. And we are very happy. Dinakrishna, thank you very much. I think we will tie up our Arogya life with the DK life. And Colonel Misra, thank you very much for your wishes on Doctors Day. Poppy. And
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Colonel Rekha.
thank you, Rekha Madam, and she has given the nice narration by Dr. Renu Madam. Thank you very much. And Renu Madam, I think you should know that she has also complete dedication to the patient service
Yes,
on
sir.
in our polyclinic.
Yes.
So before closing, I will thank to few doctors who has given encouraging me. A Colonel Jetli, cardiologist in Escott Heart Institute, and our previous YC Noida Polyclinic, Colonel Vijay Khanna, who has been very much instrumental in the patient care, and specifically he took a challenge to keep me in the polyclinic even if I was not I was overage. He recommended to keep Colonel Mahapatra as a guide in the polyclinic. Thank you very much, Colonel Khanna sir, and I am really grateful to you all since giving me the opportunity to work again in this old age in the polyclinic. So thank you very much, all my viewers, and because of your love and affection, I am morally boosted. I thank even our speaker today, and very much because her narration has been more inspirational, and put peculiar challenges how it is we are facing in day-to-day life as a year. But madam, tell me now, what are you facing nowadays? Any call, anything, odd time call in the polyclinic when you are going back to the home?
When I come back from home, I get calls from the Lodhi Road Polyclinic or Simalpur. From there, I'm not getting base hospital. Even on WhatsApp, I'm getting some lady has gone to the US.
Because
So
people
he
like you, not Rodi Road, not question of polyclinic, because entire you have covered all polyclinics. So people do like you. Sometimes to clarify the doubts also they must be they must be bothering you also. But thank you for your love to the humanity. As Socrates told, they once the Hippocratic oath he has given this Hippocratic to doctors. When you sow, you are loved. When the medical profession is loved by the people, indirectly it is loving to the humanity. Thank you very much to my viewers and giving me this encouragement to start. And I'm closing now, and I thank Colonel Dr. Renu Sharma for her narration, and
Thank you, sir.
request you to tell you few words before closing this thing, because I will give you this opportunity because you are today, I think, mesmerized the people. So, as a doctor, and you are facing so much of challenges in your life, and the stories were very much. Myself was thrilled to know. Sometimes, though I have worked with you, but maximum work I was giving you to work. Many I was not direct patient you have been seeing even up to 150. I really thankful to you. Please give the closing address today to the people. At least they will know how the polyclinic doctors or a doctor, normal doctor is facing challenges in the day-to-day life.
We at the polyclinic, we have to face a lot of challenges, especially when there is shortage of medicine. We have to answer them whether they have to buy it from the themselves or the polyclinic will buy for them. This is the main problem we have in the polyclinic just now. Otherwise, at the base hospital, everything is dealt by the base hospital doctors. So we don't have much problem. But for the medicines, the patients are very dissatisfied. If they don't even get one medicine, they don't want to buy it, but we keep on telling them that please buy. You have to have this medicine. However you get it is not important, but you cannot miss your medicine. So, because sometimes the patient may have 2 or 3 medicines of diabetes, but 2 may be issued, 1 is not issued, but he will not buy. He will continue with the 2 medicines which were issued. So, to him, we have to just tell them that you have to eat all the medicines to be fit. And how you get it? Usually, the polyclinic does get it, but sometimes they are not able to. So, for that time, they have to take the medicine on their own. And now there is a Jan Aushadhalaya opened by the Prime Minister, which is giving medicines at a very small rate, so they can procure from them. Otherwise, we don't have much problem. Ladies are also compliant. They're happy. They mostly have body aches, but if calcium is missing, they are very dissatisfied. They have to be given calcium somehow. But just now, we don't have any shortage of calcium or vitamin D. These are the main challenges we are facing now. As for the cancer patients, basically they are getting medicines through the appendix, and I feel the cancer patients in the polyclinics are surviving longer than those in the civil. And I have seen one lady, she was a cancer ovary who was 84 years old and had an operation 20 years back. She used to visit me. And then when I went to polyclinic this time, she was still there. So she was really fit and she was a cancer patient. So it makes me really admire that the polyclinics of the army are really doing well to these patients. And some patients are also living more than 100 years. This is because they are so vigilant and following the medications given by the doctors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. So now, last but not the least, I think one question has come from Colonel Mahesh. The second wave of COVID wave exposed deficiency of medical infrastructure, including army medical infra. Many ESN could not get a bed. How prepared is ECHS for a possible fourth? Sir, actually, frankly speaking, even for the first wave, when country was not prepared, ECHS was prepared, army was prepared, because we had the bed sufficient in the army hospital and the empaneled hospitals. They were without knowing the things ahead, what is going to happen. The who were well referred to the empaneled hospital, they were all taken care of. But when it is increased in the second wave, even nation got prepared, but the people didn't. Though they have been referred or they have gone directly to the government, because the government is taking care, the entire nation is taking care for them. Even 1,000 beds were made in our by the army and in the airport. Now the question of fourth wave, the army is prepared always. The question is the ECHS. We are depending on the not only army service hospitals. We are depending on the empaneled hospitals. And all empaneled hospitals also run by this, though they have got MOU signed, but nobody is taking action against them. Why they are not accepting the patients when it is referred for, or directly or on the spot referral? So otherwise, ECHS has no bed hospital. ECHS has got no hospital of its own. Even the army hospital, RR or base hospital, they are not potent enough to keep. They can only arrange whatever requirement serving personnel, and also the ex-servicemen, if they are referred to the army hospital, they don't deny. Otherwise, any COVID wave, it is a national challenge. And at that place, as per the opinion of DGFMS, they say we don't have any scarcity in the beds in any hospital. May it be in army or may it be in civil empaneled hospitals. So I think we are fully equipped. Army is equipped. As per even recently DGFMS has told he is completely equipped for this, to face the challenge of any wave comes, whatever the casualty may be, because it will never be more than first or second. But third wave was very mild. Omicron, and the fourth it is coming, it is also very mild coming. So for that we are all well equipped, and ECHS as such are no specialist hospitals on our own. So they can be referred to empaneled. When we are referring it, we are not writing any hospital's name. It becomes the responsibility of the ECHS beneficiary to find out a hospital suitable to him nearby the home. And if they deny, they can have got every right to go directly to the army hospital or base hospital. So army is prepared, sir. Okay, then. That last question is over. Or किसका था? There was some question from. Thank you very much, Rajesh. And I very much thank you very much for your encouraging word. And I think we are highly motivated again. Once the president of the society is also encouraging, I am also encouraged. And Madam, last line, please. I request to take the last line and before closing it. Anything to be told to the public?
No, the doctors will always be in the front line to help them, whether it be COVID or any other disease. This is what I have to say.
The frontline workers, but frontline doctor in the front line is completely has been narrated by Dr. Renu. The role of doctors, role of family doctors, in the front line will all be looked into. If any health situations, irrespective of any infectious disease or any lifestyle diseases or in lifestyle emergencies or any road traffic accident, any medical emergency or surgical emergency, we are there ready, always doctors, to face the challenges as a frontline doctor. Thank you very much. Subhratri. Namaskar.